merchandising.com.
Summer means longer days and more deals at Lowe's. This Memorial Day, shop Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 to show off your favorite plants. Stop traffic with stunning landscaping and save while you do it. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, some rain this morning with sunshine for your Wednesday afternoon, a high of 85, a nighttime low in the upper 60s. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 92.
This report is sponsored by Pantalones Tequila.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey here, and I want to talk to you about the #1 tasting tequila in Texas, Pantalones. Try our 100% organic Blanco, Reposado, or Añejo the next time you're in the mood for some serious fun yourself.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but, you know.
Tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
AM 1300 The Zone. FS1. Lock in live sports and live shows on your TV. FS1.
Right now.
Find FS1 on your television or visit foxsports.com for details.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week.
You got it coming.
This is total nonstop action.
TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
Two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox with you here. Coming up, top of next hour, it's the old P time. Petros Papadakis will be yours right here on FSR. Before we get to our midweek awards, though, a reminder at the University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu.
There are some good things that happen, and there's some bad. And then there's some downright ugly things. It's time for Good, Bad, and Ugly.
And to find out who's got what this week, we turn it over to Sheriff Suika.
Howdy, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly, brothers. And the good of the week, we're starting off with Sheriff Sticks. Go for it, brother.
Oh, it's the easy one. The Knicks. New York Knicks, after a slow start to the series, you know, they had to get a game winner to win the game. They come back, they win the game, and then they rattle off 3 more after that and run a clean sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's the good of the week. They're at home waiting, studying, watching, seeing what they got going on with the West teams, and they're playing at a high level, and I think that they have the chance to potentially win this championship. So I'm going with the Knicks as my good for the week.
All right. I like it. Well, time for the bad, and the bad is Constable Quinn. Go for it. Oh, Jesus.
I've got 2 things. The first I'll just say is what's bad is when guys don't pay up their bets. All right, I'll just leave that at that. All right.
Hater.
And then the next thing is what's bad is the idea or thought that Ed Orgeron, who's now back at LSU, yes, the former national title winning head coach, is joining Lane Kiffin's staff as a special assistant to recruiting and defense. But to think that Will Wade, the men's basketball coach, Lane Kiffin, and Ed Orgeron aren't like the worst cocktail ever for an HR violation at LSU, to me is just the worst idea of the week. So I love this for college football. I don't for the HR department at LSU. Good luck handling those 3 Wildcats down there in Baton Rouge.
Wildcats.
And finally, our ugly of the week is a Deputy Knox. Go for it, brother.
No, it's the Cubs. I mean, it's embarrassing. They're a diaper fire. 10 straight losses.
Hey, Have you ever seen a diaper fire?
You say
What does
9, it's
that
10,
look like?
right?
Yeah, well, it's 10
Is it
straight
10?
losses, and this is
They got a chance today.
This is the same season they've had 2 10-game winning streaks, so at least that cancels it out. There's still somehow 3 games over 500. They can't hit. In a time when Major League Baseball, where the priority is we need slugging and we need power pitching, the Cubs have one pitcher who throws over 100, and they have no slugging. Like they prioritize defense, and they're like, well, this guy's a really good defender. Yeah, but if you can't hit, I don't know what to tell you. Like, and by the way, hard to be a good defender when you've got multiple starting pitchers out, and the ones that are starting are giving up home run balls. I don't know. Unless Victor Wembanyama, after they get eliminated by the Thunder, wants to step up and play the outfield, maybe he can grab some of those balls that are going over the fence, but it's awful. And yeah, they got another opportunity later on today. So hopefully it doesn't get to 11 straight losses. Sucks, man.
Go Cubs, go, man.
Yeah, man.
Talking baseball and good, bad, ugly is ugly.
Damn.
With the kids popping in at night and my wife next to me, I need a mattress that keeps movement to a minimum. Mattress Firm sleep experts will match you with a bed for deeper rest, like the Tempur-Pedic Adapt. Its unique Tempur material absorbs motion for undisturbed rest. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. They make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See mattressfirm.com or store for more details.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
Some good news on I-35 southbound. All lanes are back open after a crash cleared up Breaker Lane, but you're still pretty backed up from Palmer. Right now, about a 30-minute slowdown, but slowly starting to recover. And closer to downtown on the upper deck of I-35 northbound, you've got a stalled vehicle blocking off the right lane at 38.5 Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Always running out of hot water? You can count on Abacus to help. Get a 40 to 50-gallon water heater for just $22.99 with warranty and zero down financing, as low as $36.33 a month. Call or visit abacusplumbing.com today. M20628.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings. Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
Every day, truck and bus drivers are out there keeping America moving and working to keep our roads safe. But large and heavy vehicles don't stop like cars. They need more time and a lot more space. When you cut in front of a truck or bus too closely, you take away the space the driver needs to stop safely. That space isn't extra, it's essential. So remember, don't cut it too close. Give trucks and buses room. Stay back, stay safe. America's pros rely on you. Paid for by FMCSA.
Livestrong supports the first responder ride from Boston to New York. Register at livestrong.org/ride.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app could win you something amazing.
The iHeart Awards in LA.
Plus, it's the fastest way to get your voice on your favorite station.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
I love you guys. Have a good day.
Try the talkback mic now. Just open the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso, San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a way back Wednesday edition of the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Let's get right into it. Coach Stark spoke at the spring meetings for the SEC. Not only did he speak, so did Vic Schaefer. The Spurs and the Thunder throw shots at each other, but the Thunder rolls 127-114. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman joins us at 7:34. Texas softball is off to start its quest for back-to-back championships. And in Texas Tech, he loses his appeal, Brendan Sorsby, and we'll talk about what's next. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry. Good morning, Austin. And, of course, we got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. We'll receive your message instantly. If it's good enough, you might hear it on air. But for the most part, nah, not so much. Some of the stuff that y'all say is like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Well, speaking of what are you talking about, Coach Sark got a chance to speak at the SEC spring meetings yesterday, and he went through a lot of topics. Obviously, one of the topics that he talked about was using basket weaving as a crutch. And that's probably not what he wanted to use. He could use anything, and he tried to clean it up. And
basket weaving is hard, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning up that he was trying to do, but for the most part, he is on the I don't give a doggone what you think anymore. I'm here to win. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win, and I do think there needs to be guardrails on certain things of the sport and the integrity of it, which we'll talk about the integrity of it with Brendan Sorsby. But there's so much more that is out there for Texas football, for college athletics, and as a whole. And Sark talked about certain things at the SEC meetings.
Well, it's good to be here with everybody. Obviously, a lot of exciting times of college football, but probably the most exciting time is we're kind of getting into that, getting closer towards the football season, which is what we all love to do. And we'll see what comes out of these meetings. I don't know if we'll find the end-all, be-all to all the answers, but that's what these meetings are for, is to dig deep and to see what we can get accomplished.
Now, my question is, what exactly are the meetings for that you plan to get accomplished? It's a collective group. And most of the time, a lot of people don't agree on the same things. And as a whole, what is the perspective of each of these meetings for Big 12, for ACC, for Big 10, for SEC? What is the common goal that you think most of these meetings should be about?
I think everybody getting on the same page would be the number one thing. Like, state all of the issues and where do you stand on these matters? And then they go through it, figure out, okay, we're 50-50. Now what? And you got to figure out, how do you get the tiebreaker? How do you, is there somebody that's independently more powerful that has a deciding vote to say, well, this is what we're doing? So, I mean, that's what the meetings are for. Usually what all of my meetings are. It's about communication and what are the next steps.
Yeah. There's still not going to be any solution because there's going to be some difference in opinion. There always is. Nobody's going to be on the same page, so to speak. But one thing that they are talking about, and I think the rules committee and how they're going to govern sports now, I think that is the biggest thing. And obviously everybody's talking about the expansion of the playoffs, why they want it, why they don't want it. Sark's, he didn't want to go past 4 at one point, but obviously there's some things that go into place and you find a way to get it done. But I want you to hear about some of the rule enforcements that he wants for college sports, because in this day and age of college sports, it is about as crazy as it's ever been, because now all of the stuff is on out in front. It's not behind the scenes anymore.
This is what he wants. This is not what is.
Right. Yeah, he's on the rule enforcement of college sports.
I just think that right now we're living in a society of no fear when it comes to college athletics. And when I break a rule, if I don't like the fact that I got caught breaking that rule or not doing what I was supposed to do, to go get a judge to say, hey, get an injunction, we'll deal with that a year from now. I don't think that that's what we want. And we've got to find a way to get past this era of college athletics. I don't know how to get that done. I'm a sociology major, for anybody at Ole Miss that's wondering. Okay. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. Okay. But my point is, there are smart enough people that can figure this out. And we're trying to get federal intervention. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, so if that doesn't work, what's plan B? What's plan C? What's plan D to try to get us to a point where we can get back on the same page, where we're not always saying, yeah, that's the rule, but here's a way I can get around the rule. And even if I get caught, here's what I'm going to do when I get caught. Like we've got to get out of that way of thinking and just get to a point of, here's the rules. Let's go try to navigate within the rules and be the best we can be. And if I step out of bounds, here's your penalty. Okay, let's get back in bounds and let's keep playing.
Sound like Sark just gave us a tease.
Well, I mean, he's trying to make some things happen, that's for sure. And the thing about it is, and this is where I think he hit the nail on the head, what are the ramifications of you doing something you're not supposed to be doing?
Yeah, what's the punishment?
Where are we when it comes to that type of situation? And I think him being able to voice that is huge. I think him being able to state that there is no rules for the rule breaker is something that I thought needed to be said as well. Because think about it, man. There's people that are tampering all the time. It never stops. And it may not be a coach making the phone call. It may be a coach calling another coach, a former coach, an AAU coach, a 7-on-7 coach, a select coach for baseball. I mean, it goes in so many different areas. And hey, are they happy there? Are they happy there? Tell them to reach out to me. Tell them to reach out to me.
That's number one.
I mean, it always happens. It's going to happen. It's happening every single day.
Like,
you know, they always start off, how's your mom and dad, man?
Oh, yeah.
Is your grandparents good?
How's the fam? Everybody good?
Everybody fine?
Let's get down to business.
Yeah.
You know, you want to stay there? If you don't, I got a spot for you. Come on.
Look in the front seat. See
Yeah.
their bag?
Yeah. No, they don't even got to do
Open
that
it.
no more. They ain't got to do that no more. It's just straight up. Hey, look, what you need? We got you. Let's go. So I do agree with him on that part of it, where if you can't find the rules or make the rules fit, there's a situation there. Marcus, I'm about to pull up that Kirby Smart one, because Kirby is obviously a good friend of Sark's, and Kirby he's the trend. I mean, he's what's right in the SEC as far as on the field. I ain't talking about the driving record for his football team.
No.
But if he says the same thing, if we can't find rules that everybody plays by, then we should play by our own.
But I've said this for a long time to our president. I've been a huge advocate that if we can't find rules that everybody plays by, then we should, play our own. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid to break away and say that our conference is strong enough to go out and play. I mean, like, if we could actually function and it financially would make our programs more stable and we could support things financially, I'm talking about all the sports, and do by our own rules, I'd be all for that. I mean, I've been to this meeting now 10, 11 times, and it's frustrating at times to say, well, we can't do this because of litigation. We can't do this because of litigation. We can't do this because we'll get sued. We can't do that. And we're just trying to do things for the betterment of the sport and the betterment of the student athletes. And that's not curtailing what money they make. I'm not advocating that they make less money. I'm fine with what student athletes make. I'm trying to make it where it's as equal and as comparable footing for everybody, and it's not a race to the bottom, as they say.
I love it. I mean, he's right. I mean, we can function, and if we have to break away, then that is what we're going to do, and we're going to create our own governing bodies. And that's why for a long time we've been saying college football needs a commissioner.
But at the end of the day, every conference, whether it's the Big 12, SEC, Conference USA, whatever, they all got to have at least a certain, they got to have the 10 Commandments. Everybody got to go by the overall guidelines. Like, you can't just be the Wild Wild West where we make our rules, y'all make your rules, and then everybody else make theirs. It's not going to work like that. There's got to be some standard that everybody has to follow by.
And that's going to be the toughest thing, is going back to my point. Everybody's not going to be on the same page, but if you have a commissioner that is governing these bodies, it changes the whole narrative, because he can implement and he can enforce those types of things. So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll hear from Coach Sark and Coach Vic Schaefer as he talked as well about some of the departures at the University of Texas. Coming up next, we're going to talk Spurs. Yeah, it wasn't go Spurs go last night, but the Thunder did roll as Oklahoma finds a way to get a dub in OKC. We'll talk about it and so much more right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
The road to Omaha runs through Texas. From Austin to the College World Series, Texas baseball chases championship glory.
Swung on it, the ball hit well. Out to left. Say goodnight to a grand slam.
Listen to every pitch.
Strike three called right on the inside corner.
On 1300 The Zone.
Slam down the left field line. That's a walk-off. Longhorns win it.
Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready? Featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 7.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Stop and go traffic on the northbound side of I-35 this morning, adding 10 minutes to your commute, going from 45 up to William Cannon Drive. You're also starting to slow down the northbound side of 183 going from 130 over to Highway 71, but no delays over on Mopac southbound under 5 minutes going from 45 over to Palmer Lane. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show.
The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream is celebrating America's 250th One Dream at a Time. Next, Gene Simmons of KISS.
My mother was 14 years of age when our entire family, including my mother, were in concentration camps, Nazi Germany. My mother saw her whole family wiped out. I was born in Israel, and by 8.5 years of age, we came to America. America embraced me as if I was here for generations.
Discover more at mcad.org.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678 or online at avconsultations.com.
With iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. If you manage a business or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. Again, that's iHeartAdvertising.com.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
5 sets of eyes are watching everything he's doing. It's down, trying to find something. Late shot clock. Caruso to Gilgis Alexander. But that's a wow. That's your first 4 conference finals games. Gives you an idea of what's here and what's ahead with Wembanyama. SGA took him deep, and Gilgis Alexander hits his second field goal. Step back triple. Got them all. Timeout, San Antonio. They're doubling everywhere. This looks like AAU right now. Inside, SGA sneaks his way for his 7th field goal of the night. Game number 5 to the Thunder. 1 win from a return to the finals And an epic Game 6 awaits us on Thursday night.
As you heard right there, OKC Thunder 127-114. Another great performance by Shea Gilchrist-Alexander. But the story was Jared McCain getting a start, and he came out and played electric, 20 points, 7 of 19 from the field. I said yesterday, Hartenstein, I was like, if Hartenstein's your guy, well, Hartenstein heard me, and he went out there and balled out.
Yes, he did.
15 rebounds. With 12 points, double-double. His plus-minus was 24, second highest on the OKC Thunder. You also got the support you needed from Alex Caruso. Caruso is back, was 8 of 8 from the free throw line, and had 22 points in 28 minutes.
You know, I look at Wemby sometimes and I go, why don't you play big man? Yeah, I love the fact that he's versatile. I love the fact that he can do things that other big men can't do. But at the end of the day, still a big man. You're not going to see a F1 race car in a smash 'em up derby. It just don't fit. Wemby has to go into the post, into the painted area, and impose his will. He's got to, because that's the only other that's going to get Hartenstein in foul trouble. There were a couple of times where Wemby went at Hartenstein and he fouled him. Get that done in the early part of the game. It should be your strategy to go at Hartenstein. I mean, I'm isolating him 5-6 plays in a row. Go at his neck. 2 or 3 fouls. Where is he at? On the bench. Oh, we're gonna save him for the second half. By then, the score is out of control. You have to establish dominance if you have the tools to do it. Now, if you want to run. Say, hey, we're gonna get out, hit the lanes, run up the middle of the floor. But that's not going to suit Wemby either. He's going to get tired if you run him. You can only run him in the last game of the series because there's no tomorrow. And even if you win, you're going to get at least 2 days rest.
So let me say this. I don't disagree with you, but I disagree with you. And the reason why I say that is in a normal situation, I would 1,000% agree with it. But Wemby is light, man. He's not as physical as we would like for him to be yet. He don't have enough rocks in his pocket yet. He's light. If you look at him, he's gangly. He's falling down all the time.
He's getting pushed down.
Again, he's not strong enough to brace for that, to play with his back to the basket. I see what you're saying about driving and things like that, but they're double teaming him, making him get the ball out of his hand. Well, the problem was last night, De'Aaron Fox was terrible. He was awful last night, and everybody saw that. He was not good last night. And if De'Aaron Fox, who was, 4 of 15 and 0 of 4 from three-point land, if he plays better, maybe his team is in a game. Yes, you get some help off of that. You know, you look at Champagny and you look at what Vassell and Castle, not Vassell, but Castle, what he was able to do. But again, he's another one of those guys that he's hot-headed. His body language sometimes plays him out of the play. And as I look at this game last night, there were so many missed opportunities by the Spurs that they could not fix. They could not take advantage of those moments. And so even Dylan Harper didn't play well last night.
He did not.
So, yes, to your point, Wemby does have to be more aggressive and try to get to the rim a little bit more because it only takes 2 strides. But he's got to be on balance. And for him, the physicality in which they're letting the OKC Thunder play with is messing up the flow of the game, especially when they go on the road. They're on the road. So they were the visitor at this one. And so they definitely wasn't going to get any calls during that time. But I want you to hear Stephon Castle talk about the refs and how, well, OKC gets way more calls than anybody else.
Trying to play through it, it's tough. I just think with the way they guard, how physical they are, we don't get that same luxury to be able to play as physical on the other end at times. But offensively, I think we do a good job of screening and playing through it. So I think we create a lot of advantages, but I think we just missed a lot of open shots tonight.
Ding, ding.
They missed a lot of open shots.
They had a lot of opportunities, and they missed them.
But the screening, I would have to disagree with him. They didn't do a good job of screening. They're doing a lot of dribble handoff. And dribble handoff is great if you can get a jump on somebody and get to the basket. They're not going to the basket. They're settling for jump shots. I talked about Wemby going to the basket. What happened to Harper, like, posting people up and getting to the rim?
They did shoot 32 free throws last night, though. And OKC shot 38. So, I mean, the disparity was not as much. I think it goes back. They shot 29% from three-point land. The Spurs did. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's right in the fact that they miss way too many open shots that they normally make. And it played themselves out of the ball game. Because if you look at it, I mean, the second quarter is where the game got away from them. It was going into halftime. They scored 40 points. The OKC Thunder did. They outscored them 9 points. So when you go to halftime and you're down 11 at halftime, that's going to give you some problems. Yeah. And so you can't make up for that against a good team like the OKC Thunder, the defending champion. Like, they understand what it's like to play in these types of games.
I wonder defensively why you would leave the 3 open as opposed to allowing them to get the 2. And even if it's a 50-50 chance you're going to get the 2. But if you leave these Oklahoma City wings, they're going to knock the ball down higher than 60, 70%. You look at Caruso and Williams, like, they were knocking it down. And I'm like, don't give up you're going to give up 3 right there?
Yeah.
Like, make them get it inside and go for the 2. But you know what? We're fans at the end of the day. We're analysts, and we have a lot of experience. But I just wonder when the players are going to say, you know what? Enough is enough. This is my superpower. I'm going to use it till it run out. And usually that's in the last game. But this is the last game if they don't win.
Right.
So you don't want to be in a closeout situation, and they are.
Yeah, I was sort of
saying.
They
need to come out like gangbusters.
And they get to play at home. So, I mean, it's the final appearance in San Antonio. So we may end up going back to Game 7 back at OKC, and hopefully they figure out a way to get it done. But at the end of the day, and as the game plays out, they have to start attacking, and Wemby has to play a better basketball game. That's just all it is to it. And you got to get those supporting cast members to play better as well. Coming up next, we're going to talk to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, get his thoughts on the regional that is coming, and also get his thoughts on what Vic Schaefer had to say yesterday at the SEC spring meetings. All that and more right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Heading out the door this morning, hopping on Mopac going southbound. You're looking about a 5-minute out of your commute. You're backed up going from Shoreline Drive to 183. Similar slowdowns on the southbound side of I-35, making that transition from 45 to 183. And light delays as well over on 183 southbound from Mopac to I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Clogged drain? No problem. Abacus makes it 1, 2, 3 easy. They clear the drain, conduct a video inspection, and include a 123-day clog-free guarantee for just $123. No wonder they say Abacus. You can count on us.
Visit abacusplumbing.com.
Have you figured out your favorite day at the Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock yet? The hottest new sports bar in Texas is great every day thanks to the Rowdy Cowgirl. An amazing menu of food, drinks, 70 big screen TVs. But Tuesday is Bikinis and Booze Day with all the Texas spirits and beers on special. If you aren't checking out the Rowdy Cowboy every day of the week, well, you're missing out. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 Loop.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Friday, May 29th, it's a sweet night at Dell Diamond. Celebrate 100 years of Round Rock Donuts with a Donuts jersey giveaway for the first 2,000 fans. Donut Miss post-game Budweiser fireworks. Get tickets at rrexpress.com.
This year, North America will be the center of the soccer universe, hosting the biggest sporting event in the world, 48 nations and 104 matches, as every player puts it on the line for their country. And BetOnline has you covered with live lines and player props from Sportsbook Casino the whole tournament. Enjoy the freedom of online gaming at BetOnline, where the action moves with you and every moment is yours. Make 26 your year. Bet on at BetOnline.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Thunder beat the Spurs 127-114 in OKC, now a win away from heading back to the NBA Finals. Stephon Castle led the Spurs with 24. Texans open OTAs today. The team reworked receiver Nico Collins' contract by guaranteeing his salary the next 2 seasons, along with the Rays and the Rangers. Beat the Astros 10-7. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Buyers Barricades.
For traffic control rentals, sales, and 24-hour service, trust Buyers Barricades. From roadway safety to special event traffic planning, they've got Texas covered. Visit buyersbarricades.com and keep Texas roads safe. That's buyersbarricades.com. Visit the site today.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know.
Tired and sick.
Tired and sick. Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. That can only mean one thing. We talked to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, let's get right into it. The Texas Regional was announced on Monday, and we have Holy Cross Tarleton and UC Santa Barbara. You were one of those guys that made the trip to Hoover, Alabama. You got yourself some Waffle House, and you got a chance to turn right back around and come back to Austin, Texas. But as the unveiling of the teams that will be here as the number 6 seed, what was your biggest takeaway from the unveiling of who's going to be here?
I think Texas has a pretty clear path to Omaha. I think if you look at just that draw and, things could have been a lot worse. I mean, Oregon's the team you match up with, so that's not necessarily a powerhouse program in the super regionals, and those are 3 non-mid majors in your regional. Granted, Texas lost to a non-mid major last year in the regional round, so nothing can be taken for granted or insured, but there's a lot of teams that have tougher draws. I think Eck, who's now over 247, used to work at the Statesman, kind of calculated all the RPIs on Twitter and stuff like that. I think Texas has had the third worst combined RPIs of all the regionals. So, I mean, I think that says something. Obviously, UC Santa Barbara has some history and a really good pitcher. Tarleton State came in here and won a game earlier this season, although it was a Tuesday game. So who knows how much stock to put in that. So the game still has to be played. But I think Texas has if you're a Texas fan, you were happy with that draw.
Yeah. And also too, listening to Coach Schlossnagle talk about the start time and why he wants to do it at that time. But the biggest question that everyone's talking about right now is who is going to get the ball on Friday. If you want to try to save Dylan Volantis for Saturday, obviously you want to win on Saturday. You want to win Friday, but you definitely want to win on Saturday because it could be either way. You could be trying to advance to the championship game or you'd be trying to save your season one way or another. So you want your ace to go. But are you looking more at Luke Harrison as the starter on Friday, or do you see Schlossnagle doing something different?
I mean, I would personally pitch Ruger on Friday against Holy Cross, just because you don't really know exactly what you're going to get from him. I'd rather try to figure that out against a Holy Cross as opposed to on a Sunday, against a potentially better game and what could be a closeout situation either way. But I would imagine either Ruger or Luke Harrison gets the ball on Friday. But this Holy Cross team is not good, and they've gotten hot recently, but they're still a team with a losing record. And Texas, if they wanted to, could probably do a bullpen game and save their arms for the rest of the weekend. But I know you don't want to leave that to chance. So I'd imagine you pitch one of your weekend guys and save Dylan. Under no circumstances do you pitch Dylan on Friday, but you save him for Saturday. And if you want to give Luke Harrison the ball and trust your vet to just get in and get out on Friday, I'd understand the reasoning behind that. But I personally would go with Ruger Riojas, but I'm also not paid what Jim is paid to coach the University of Texas baseball team.
Danny, this team does not have a reputation of a bunch of home runs, but they like to get on base and steal base. Texas hasn't allowed a lot of base stealing because of the play with the catchers and their defense. Do you think that it's best that they just play straight up and go with a pitcher that's not one of the top 2 starters?
I mean, once again, I think Holy Cross, not to, I feel like I'm completely raining on the Holy Cross parade. And, if they come and beat Texas, this is just going to be played all over Twitter or whatever. But, you should be able to beat Holy Cross with your number 4 pitcher for the University of Texas. I'm sorry. You should be able to do that. But, I understand being a little conservative and not leaving things to chance. And if you want to throw a Luke Harrison, if you want to throw a Ruger Riojas, it's completely understandable. I mean, you just need 3 wins this weekend. So, you give it to those guys and have them do their work. But I think whoever Texas throws, your University of Texas pitcher, you should be able to get the job done against Holy Cross in a regional at home. It's going to be like 90 degrees outside in Holy Cross. I think it's played 1 home game that's like in the 70s. So I don't even think they've hit a 70-degree game yet at home yet. So there's a lot of things in your factory. You should be able to get it done. I mean, Mark, you could probably go out there and pitch a couple innings. I mean,
I can't.
Just show the Holy Cross team that video of you beating up that poor mascot. They're going to be shaking in their boots in the batter's box, and you just throw some heat by them. I think you can get it done.
We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Enough about that. Let's get into Texas women's basketball. Vic Schaefer yesterday spoke to the media. We're going to play the sound a little bit later, but his thoughts on players leaving, and he made a comment about the third one didn't have a choice. And I was curious to who was he talking about that didn't have a choice, and why did she not have a choice?
I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm allowed to say, but I think it's pretty safe to say the one who went on Twitter and said that Vic quit on her is probably the one that he is referring to in that situation. And Justice may have a different version of events than Vic decided to say yesterday, and I'm sure Vic has his version of events. But I think probably for both parties, Justice has kind of said her piece publicly, and Vic gave a little tease yesterday. But it's one of those situations. I think it's probably best for both parties that they decided to move on. It's unfortunate. I think she was a very good player here and is very talented. But Houston will get to reap those rewards, and Texas, recruited well and has some talent coming in to replace her. So it's unfortunate. I don't love that those comments were said necessarily publicly, but Vic can say what he wants to say, and everyone can just kind of move on.
Right. They'll hopefully move on, because I know that it's going to be continue to
don't let it linger.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to be talked about. Speaking of being talked about, the 2014 playoff, I know that Mark and I were talking about a little while ago. There's no way that everybody's going to agree on this matter. I mean, it's going to be tough, and these coaches are going through it. And you heard Mike Elko say, they don't listen to us anyway, so why are we even having to talk about this stuff? But the reality of it is, it looks like the 2014 playoff is going to happen. What are your feelings on it?
I think I've said it before. I think it's dumb. I don't think college football, especially at this level, is a participation trophy sport, and that's what you're turning it into. The 24th best team does not deserve to be in a playoff. I mean, what was it, 24th, like North Texas or something?
Right.
In the AP poll last season. You're telling me that's a playoff team? But this is a money-making venture at this point, and these coaches and athletic directors and school presidents all want that money and all want that job security. And adding more teams to the playoffs definitely does that. But I don't know, it just kind of loses its luster. But at the same time, 5 years from now, if this is what's normal, I think all of us will just be acting like this is what it is, and we'll adapt and we'll get used to it. And my company won't be complaining if I get to cover, if we get the revenue from coverage of a couple more playoff games, and I'm sure they'll give us some fans and us opportunities to travel and do some other cool things. So it seems dumb now, but I'm sure, like with the NCAA tournament expanding, basketball tournaments expanding, or the playoff, we'll all get used to it eventually. And in 10 years from now, when we're in a 130 team playoff, that'll be normal as well.
130.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. How excited are you, though, to watch Texas women's softball? I know you don't cover it anymore. I know that's not your thing anymore. But how cool is that for them to, number one, win in pinch hit fashion to take the 4-3 victory, but then can come out and shut out Arizona State to go back to the College World Series?
I mean, this is obviously this is the defending national champion. We knew what we had with this team when coming into this season. You have a player like Teagan coming back in the circle, and some of the other players they returned, and you get your money's worth if you're a Texas softball fan. And I think one of the good things, it's going to be interesting to see this week what it kind of looks like in OKC, since Oklahoma didn't make the cut. If those crowds are as big as they are in the past, I think Sooner fans will probably still come out to watch some softball and maybe watch the Longhorns, but. This is a team that's really entertaining, very, very talented. I'd expect them to be in OKC for a while. Thomas Jones is going to be up there spending our money for a week or two, covering this team. So I think this Texas softball team is well on its way to having a chance to defending its title, and they're just as talented as they were last year. you have one less Mia Scott on your roster, but this is still a pretty talented team.
It is definitely a talented team, especially when you look at what Katie Stewart was able to do, becoming the first SEC player of the year for the University of Texas. You see, we talked about this the other day, Danny. This is the first year I haven't talked about Reese Atwood as much as we normally would, and she's still one of the best players in the country, if not the best player behind the plate. So it's been an interesting run for this Texas softball team, and we expect them to continue that run as well. As always, man, we appreciate you taking the time to hop on with us, and just keep working hard, Danny. Keep working hard.
Well, I gotta go actually file some worker comp claims because my actually side job is the Oklahoma City mascot, and so I was injured on the job a couple of nights ago, and I need to go get the paperwork squared away. I'll see you in court, Mark.
That was a buffalo.
Hey, sometimes you got to make it do what it do to help these ends meet. Daycare ain't cheap no more. You got to make sure you got everything happening. Appreciate you, Danny.
See y'all.
There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin Americans. Yeah. Coming up next, we're going to talk Texas softball. We'll hear from Mike White. They got a good chance to repeat, as you heard from Danny Davis, but let's hear what Mike White has to say about it all. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
Heading out the door this morning, hopping on Mopac going southbound. You're looking about a 5-minute out of your commute. You're backed up going from Shoreline Drive to 183. Similar slowdowns on the southbound side of I-35, making that transition from 45 to 183. And light delays as well over on 183 southbound from Mopac to I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Clogged drain? No problem. Abacus makes it 1, 2, 3 easy. They clear the drain, conduct a video inspection, and include a 123-day clog-free guarantee for just $123. No wonder they say Abacus. You can count on us.
Visit abacusplumbing.com.
Hardball Hardge for Covert, Ford, and Hutto. Trucks go head-to-head to win your trust, and Ford is coming in hot. Save $6,766 on a new 2026 Ford F-150 STX, or save up to $7,646 on a new 2026 Ford Explorer. Or why not get behind the wheel of a Ford Bronco Big Bend with $4,336 off? Big trucks, big savings. Come and see us at Highway 79 in Hutto, or shop for a deal anytime at covertfordhutto.com.
In this edition of the Marketers Report, Monica Tam, head of brand media for DoorDash, discusses the power of audio influencers.
I think when you're tapping into voices like hosts and podcasters, you're being able to be part of that community, but in a very authentic way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live conversations, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
$3,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. Earn cash back with Upside just by filling up your tank. Download Upside now and start earning easy cash back. The more you use Upside, the more you get. Use promo code EXPERT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code EXPERT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Summer means longer days and more deals at Lowe's.
This Memorial Day, shop Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 to show off your favorite plants. Stop traffic with stunning landscaping and save while you do it. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Meguiar's makes car care easy, but some jobs require a little more muscle. Headlight restoration, deep cleaning dirty carpets, maintaining all weather mats, and caring for your leather. Now you have Meguiar's new Quick Solutions kits. They remove the guesswork with an all-in-one solution featuring a specialized drill attachment brush for faster, more powerful cleaning. Meguiar's Quick Solutions kit tackle that next car project with ease. Meguiar's, celebrating 125 years of car passion.
Pantalones Organic Tequila, because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
From the audio-visual consultation studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
We asked kids what it took to be a dad. This is what they had to say.
A father is always present. I mean, what real father figure can you have if they're not there?
In order to be a good dad, you need to love your son. You need to put gas in your car so you don't break down in the middle of nowhere. And you need to make them breakfast. Yep.
I mean, just to maybe play like a board game with me, or to just stay home and play some video games with me. Just to do like that one little thing is what I really look forward to.
I'm not asking him to be a perfect dad, but he should try. He's just a constant force in my life.
There's no other type of love like a dad's love because it's not comparable to anything else.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Up right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Coming up in the next segment, we will hear from Coach Sark and we will hear from Coach Vic Schaefer about some things that are going on in SEC and college athletics that they're trying to get worked out. Speaking of getting worked out, Texas softball is opening up the College World Series, Women's Softball World Series tomorrow. And I'm excited about it because they'll be taking on Tennessee at 1:30 on ESPN. But you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. That's right. You can hear Texas women's softball from the World Series right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And, of course, always on the iHeartRadio app. As you know, this is an opportunity for Texas softball to be back-to-back champions, and so much is going into it. And Coach Mike White was asked about this the other day, talking about his team and the opportunity to possibly win another championship.
Well, it's not I think the experience played a part for sure, and we definitely had returning players mention that to the newcomers on the squad, about what it takes and what it was like and what their experiences were and what have they learned from last year, and hopefully that rubbed off on some of them. But we definitely had some people, get up and make some big contributions. In other words, Ashton Maloney doesn't get on base, but comes as not a 2-run home run. So it took everybody and hitting throughout the lineup, of course, and then playing good defense without a doubt. But we just try to play each game as it comes and not try and get too far ahead of ourselves and just play inning by inning and keep competing. And that's what you can ask of yourself, is just compete.
And that is the main thing for this Texas softball team. Texas softball taking on Tennessee. Tennessee is one of the better teams in the country, obviously in the SEC as well. And they will be a tough task for Texas. Texas and Texas baseball, Texas softball and Texas baseball are kind of the same situation. You have to be able to put the ball in play. You have to be able to manufacture runs at this time of the year, and you got to play good defense. And that's what Coach was talking about. His defense has been spectacular for Texas softball. So those are the types of things that are going to play a big part for the success of this softball team.
They have to just make sure that they stay locked in with what coach is putting them. Because, I mean, Coach White is hard. I don't even know if I've liked the coach more than him when he comes on. He's so glib and fun, and he keeps it light with his athletes. Like, he obviously knows what he's talking about. And when you introduced me to him the first time, you said this dude not just knows softball, but he knows baseball too. And that's a bonus.
Yeah. He's good at what he does, and obviously he knows how to find the right people to be a part of his staff, to be a part of his team. You go out and you go get a girl like Tegan Cavan. You got Reese Atwood, who, again, we haven't even talked about her near as much as we possibly should. And that's because there's so many other players that have stepped up with their opportunities. So it is good. It is really good for the Texas Longhorns softball team. And they're making renovations at the softball stadium to try to get more seats and everything else. There's more seats being put in for baseball, for the regional, but they're also doing it for softball as well.
How common is it that the head coach or the head manager of a softball team is a man?
It's a lot. There's a lot of male coaches. Yeah. There's a lot of male coaches in softball. So, but yeah, it's this team is exciting, especially when you start to think about the different people that have contributed this year. I keep going back to Martinez as the shortstop and what she was able to do. Not only did she come back and solidify the infield, moving Leanne Good back to second base and creating the double play combination, but she's been a force at the plate. And in these particular moments, when you start to get into this type of situation with the World Series, you need to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And when you got the right leadership, it is perfect for that to happen.
You're gonna get everybody's best shot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know he's gonna mentally have them prepared.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Coach White. When you hear him talk, it sounds like, okay, this is written in stone.
Yep. Yeah, he's ready to go. We are too. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We'll continue the conversations. Coach Vic and Coach Sarkisian talking at SEC spring meetings. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Shots back! 50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Fine Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you.
Shout.
Cheers to savings.
Delivering more is just how we do business at Group 1 Ford of South Austin. Get more selection with our huge inventory of brand new Fords and quality pre-owned rides. More value with bigger deals and more confidence with our Austin family that's been serving Central Texas drivers for over 2 decades. Whether you're hauling gear to Zilker Park or commuting down Mopac, you get more with the team that knows Ford best. Group 1 Ford of South Austin, home of transparent pricing and no dealer add-ons. Visit us on South I-35 or online at group1fordofsouthaustin.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
This time of the year, it's about getting together. Summer weekends, holidays, having people over, firing up the grill, and just enjoying life. And if you're the one doing the grilling, you want something that you can really count on. That's why we love RecTech. RecTeq. They're wood-fired grills built for moments like this. You get more heat, consistent temperature control, and more stainless steel construction. Built like a tank, made to deliver years of incredible meals. RecTech's consistent temperature control keeps the heat steady, so you get reliable results every time. Whether you're cooking brisket, ribs, burgers, or steaks, top-rated RecTech grilling app will help you along the way to keep an eye on everything from your phone while you spend time with family and friends. Plus, thousands of five-star reviews and a U.S.-based support team. You're getting a grill you can trust. Your summer plans, make sure your grill is ready. RecTeq.com. RecTech, built by grillers for grillers.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
Yes! iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening from the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. KDET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. And the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. In hour number 1, we talked about the Spurs getting thunder rolled 127-114. Last night, SGA looked like the MVP, played above the rim, played through the rim, did everything he needed to do to get things done. And now the Spurs are up against it. They get a chance to come home and play, but it is going to be a tough road for them to win at home and then try to force a Game 7. Hopefully that is what they do. We also got a chance to talk to Danny Davis about the Austin Regional, where Texas will be taking on Holy Cross this Friday at noon. You can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always on the iHeartRadio app. Tarleton and UC Santa Barbara will take on each other at 5 o'clock at the Dish. 12 teams in the SEC made it into the regionals for baseball, and Texas softball starts tomorrow against Tennessee, and you can hear it right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Yesterday, Vic Schaefer got a chance to talk to the media, and some of that story that we were talking about with Danny was about him being too demanding as a head coach. Is he asking too much of his players? What is the deal with people transferring from the university?
People were involved in trying to see what else was out there with them. The third one had no option to come back, but there's just I knew it was going on, and so I think that's where you're at. And for me, the guy that's coached so long, I think what that says is that this is the day and age that we're in, and what used to be important may not be as important anymore. And so you just have to learn to deal with it and adapt. And so, for me, y'all, again, I'm accountable. I'm in the kid business. I don't like losing anybody for any reason. Because I wear that responsibility as something that, I wish there was a different outcome. I wish if I needed to do something differently, I need to do it differently. So I don't like losing kids like that. I've never lost kids like that. But again, as I go back and look at the season or the seasons that they were here, I just don't know what else that I could have done differently in a big way. Maybe some little nuances that I could have, but for the reasons given, it's just sometimes these things happen.
Sometimes these things happen.
Man.
Still thinking about the fact that he said that one of them didn't have a choice. And I'm like, wow, talented players ended up leaving the program. And I get it.
Sometimes you want to start and you want to play and you don't want to get pulled out and you want to be allowed to fail and kind of repent for your sins on your own. And there are a lot of players, Hardge, that have enough faith and confidence in themselves to say, I deserve that moment to where I can fail or fly. And I think that's important to some athletes. Like the team aspect of playing with depth, playing with reps and different units, that's a great strategy. It don't burn the player up. But some people, they get in a rhythm when they play like that. You take them out and they like, it's going to take me another quarter to get my rhythm back again. So I can understand it from both sides, though.
Well, it's hard to let talented player. I don't care how excited you are about new players and young players, but they haven't done it on the court yet. These other ones have shown you the ability to be good. And for him to say, I didn't want to miss out on, I didn't want to lose any of these players, I totally get that. And it's hard for a coach when somebody leaves and the reasons why are different than what you were hoping they would be. But it is what it is, and that's the society that we live in nowadays. I mean, kids are moving all the time. One of the other questions that was asked, not to Vic Schaefer, but to Coach Sark, he was asked about the possibility of playoff expansion and his thoughts on it.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I've voiced my opinions on when we were at 4. I didn't want to leave 4. So now we're at 12. It's kind of like, okay, we're at 12 and we're in such a rush to grow, go further. I just think we got to think of the unintended consequences when we make decisions to move in whatever direction we decide to go. And I think change is inevitable. It's just a matter of, what is that change? And I think that's something that, I just hope we're conscientious in the decision making when we do decide to change.
So Sark, you can tell, really is not feeling the move. He doesn't like it. He didn't like it to this one. Now we're at a different level. Now we're trying to expand the product. But the athletic director for Tennessee, Danny White, spoke about the opportunities of expansion and what this does for everyone else.
I don't remember when I did that, but I think I just look at, we have 20 sports at Tennessee, and the percent of teams with access to postseason, I think it's low in football, and I think we need more access. So I'm for that. I think there's a lot of different ways to do it. And a lot of really good ideas. We got smart commissioners and a bunch of people trying to figure it all out.
So let me ask you this. If they do expand, and we talked to Danny about this, the 24th ranked team last year was North Texas. So are we, of these 24 teams, what are the qualifiers to be a part of the 24? I mean, obviously conference championships and win-loss record. Is it the not BCS, but the playoff systems? rankings is what's going to get you into the playoffs? Because there's different variations of teams that could have been looked at as a possible playoff team. Like, it's still going to be a mess no matter the numbers. But I keep going back to how many legitimate teams are there going to be that gets a chance to play for a national championship? And it's not like college basketball. It's nothing like that where a team can get hot and just play above everything else and find a way to get in. This team this will be a totally different look for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I don't know if I can co-sign with all of the teams having nothing is equal. The 4 teams at the top are the 4 teams that's usually going to get it done. When you get to this level, we're going to see Texas Tech. We're going to see Texas. We will not see Oklahoma, but somebody will fill those roles.
Well, Oklahoma was at number 13 in last year's AP poll. So you got Oklahoma, you got Texas was at 12, BYU was at 11, Notre Dame, Alabama, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Ole Miss, Miami, and Indiana. That finished out the top of the rankings. But then you had Tulane coming in at number 18. James Madison gets into the playoffs. I mean, did they deserve to be in the playoffs? And everybody's talking about, yes, they did deserve to get in there. And then as soon as they got in there, they got their heads smacked. Same thing with Texas Tech. Texas Tech is still trying to score on Oregon. They still haven't scored. So, I mean, that's why I say no matter what your season looks like Texas was playing good football at the right time for them to go in there. They would have went in the playoffs and probably could have been a team that went on a run. But Texas A&M was a team that everybody thought going into the playoff that's what was going to happen for them, and it didn't turn out well. So I'm just real curious to how they're going to come up with the decision on how these teams are going to get in and out of the playoffs.
Man, it's going to be difficult because you got teams that are good that are dropping.
Right.
And do you make it a beauty contest and just go by the records?
But that's what I'm saying. All conferences aren't the same. And all at large bids, and it's still going to be a problem, I guess is my point. Whether you go 34, 36, 24, whatever.
Only if she's 5'3".
Yeah, there you go. 35, 47.
Yeah. It's only a few of us that remember that.
Yeah. So you sit here, and Texas A&M last year get into the playoff, and they lose to Miami 10-3. This is a team that going into the season, they were undefeated. I mean, going into the final game against Texas, this was an undefeated football team. And they go out and they lose their final 2 games of the season.
Well, Texas has something to do with that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always handled A&M pretty well.
Yeah, don't get them people started, man. Don't get them people started. Coming up next, somebody that is trying to figure out if he's going to get started is Brendan Sorsby. Well, doesn't look like things are going to happen the way that you want them to. We'll discuss right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Hey, baseball fans. Catch the Round Rock Express right here on 1300 The Zone. All the action and excitement from the ballpark. Don't miss a pitch. It's Round Rock Express baseball, only on 1300 The Zone.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
Put your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 7.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
An earlier stalled vehicle that blocked off the left lane has cleared on I-35 northbound at Hester's Crossing, but you're still a little slow from Highway 45. On the opposite end of I-35 northbound, you are stop and go from 45 up to William Cannon. This is adding about 20 minutes to your morning commute. And there's an accident off the highway at Altorf Street at Durwood Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Always running out of hot water? You can count on Abacus to help. Get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater for just $22.99 with warranty and zero down financing, as low as $36.33 a month. Call or visit abacusplumbing.com today. M20628.
Mark Henry here. Have you tried the food at Rowdy Cowboy yet? Had a cold beverage of your choice? Enjoyed the view at the Rowdy Cowboy? Well, guess what I'm really asking is why are you not at the Rowdy Cowboy right now? The doors are open anytime, and you're welcome to come try out the area's best new sports bar. Rowdy Cowboy and the Rowdy Cowgirl will be waiting on you. 70 big screen TVs and an extensive and delectable menu await you. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream is celebrating America's 250th One Dream at a Time. Next, Enrique Santos of iHeartMedia.
As I was working as a police officer, I called the radio station that I listened to, and the guy that picked up was a program director, and we became friends, and he invited me to be a guest on the morning show, and that evolved into like an internship at the radio station, and eventually that quickly evolved into a full-time opportunity to host the morning show.
Discover more at mcad.org.
With iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. If you manage a business or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way. Call 844-844-iHeart. Again, that's 844-844-iHeart.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance. Scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent.
Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
Calling all nonprofit organizations. The NASCAR Day Giveathon is back for 2024. What's that, you ask? It's a national campaign to help nonprofit organizations raise funds to support their local missions. By signing up for the Giveathon, you gain access to a national marketing campaign to build visibility and donations for your nonprofit at no cost to you. And as a bonus, special incentives and prizes will be announced along the way to help you maximize your efforts. Visit NASCARDayGiveathon.org to sign up today.
Texas women's basketball plays here.
The NCAA denying Texas Tech's request to reinstate quarterback Brendan Sorsby. According to ESPN, Sorsby completed 35 days of inpatient rehab for his gambling addiction. Now, although the NCAA has denied the request, he is still fighting to earn his eligibility back. A court hearing is scheduled for here in Lubbock on Monday.
Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun.
NCAA denying Texas Tech.
So here's the deal. When you start to think about this situation with Sorsby, it reminds me of a video game. It reminds me of a game show. It reminds me of The Price is Right. Where you got that little thing going up that hill. And he's trying to figure out the cliffhanger.
It's going up.
And then that happens to you. The Brendan Sorsby situation is something that not only are college athletes looking at, the NFL is looking at it too. And there, as of right now, he does not have his eligibility back. Now, somewhere, let's not forget, Sorsby admitted that he bet on Indiana football games while he was there. He said he never bet against his own team, but he tried, but you can never say that he didn't have an influence, like he didn't know something, like he figured something out because of practice. And there's always that moment that you're sitting there looking at it and you're trying to figure it out. So this is a complicated situation because here we are. We're talking about a kid, a young man who has an addiction problem, goes and seeks treatment, goes for 35 days, got the treatment, took accountability, and now the NCAA still wants to not let him play? Well, think about it, folks. Everywhere that we look, everywhere even what you turn on, there is something about gambling, whether it's on commercials, apps, sponsorships, and now this case right here, we're punishing a player, which I believe that he shouldn't be able to play. I believe that.
Nor do I.
But what are we trying to tell him if he goes back and he went back, he sought treatment, went to all the things that he needed to do to try to get things back. But is it not enough? Is that not enough for society where everything that we do has something to do with betting? There's everywhere you look, there's something. Every game that you're watching, there's something going on with betting. So my question to you, Mark, as we sit here and look at this situation, he's a great dual threat quarterback, got a big arm, he's athletic. NFL scouts obviously are looking at this supplemental draft to find out. They said he's got a court case on Monday, but do you see this as something that can be passed over and him coming back to play college football? Or is it, hey, man, go ahead and get yourself ready for the NFL? And then as the NFL, what are you willing to accept if this young man got popped for betting?
Well, if he gets popped for betting, then he should be done totally. But I think he should be done totally until he proves himself of being worthy to be in the major league of football. Like he's still at that age where he don't know where he's going to be tomorrow. He's a young dude.
He's a young dude that was making a lot of money too.
And he's going to spend it how he sees fit. And if it happens to be that he has just got it in his heart to be a gambler, you cannot allow him to play at the next level because he will do what he can to fix or work the gimmick.
Yeah. So, of course, this also brought the ire of Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones talked about, hey, might have to make a run at this guy if he's going to be out there in the supplemental area. The fact that this is even being discussed is something.
It's ridiculous.
It's something that has been able to happen because of the rules and when the supplemental draft is. The supplemental draft, I believe, is June 1st or in June.
And you don't have the supplemental draft all the time.
Yeah.
It's just by case basis. And excuse me, this guy fits. So the case is in Hardge. Some people say that this guy might be a first or second round for a supplemental, which means that when the draft happens next year, you don't have that first or second round pick.
But
you used it to get this guy.
Right.
I'm wait till next season and get a quarterback that's coming out. I mean, fourth, fifth round, sixth round pick.
There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks come out next year, so you'll be able to find another one. But here's what they said. Jones wouldn't have to work much if he was serious about the Sorsby bid. That's because the Cowboys have picks in 2027. They have picks in round 1, round 2, and round 3, but none in the 4th or 5th round. Dallas will have 2 6th-round picks. So it says they could either put a bid in of the 6th-round pick, but it will surely be beaten out by a 3rd-rounder. So Cowboys have to figure out, is this worth it for them to try to go get him in the supplemental draft for that to happen?
Golly, this sucks.
Why?
It ain't happened,
If
Mark.
Dallas needs to stay out of this. They don't. You gonna send him to Dallas? That's like saying, you know what, man? Let's send him to
George
the
Pickens
Raiders.
was all right. George Pickens did
George
okay.
Pickens is still a wild card.
Yeah, and also Oklahoma and Louisiana is not a far drive away.
And
I mean, we acting like
in
this dude,
Ohio
like this
too.
dude is like a chronic gambler. I mean,
He is. He gambled 1,000 times.
he put wagers on turkey basketball. He was on the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I mean, it's not
That
like
is that sounds addictive to me.
No, that sounds like fun. That sounds like you sitting there watching Nathan's and you're like, man, how many you think Joey Chestnut's gonna eat?
Nah, if he's betting like 50 cents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not betting 50 cents, but
Yeah.
I think the most that they said he put out there was $50 on it. Now, I mean, he did do a lot of bets. That's fine, but it is you bet on your sport though. That's where I am.
Yeah, that's what a problem.
All that other stuff, I don't care about. You
That's
bet
what-
on something that you are a participant in.
That's where the problem comes for me too, because you got inside information, and also you know, people see what you're betting on, and they bet on it because they know, hey, he knows. So
Or they probably told him. He probably told a bunch of
Yeah,
friends insider trading. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm being honest. If you go take the risk, you don't go no higher than a 6. I don't even think you go. I think you go 7. But
well, I think it's 6. I think 6 is the number. I think that is the if you're really going after him, 6 is the number for me. I'm not gonna waste that because again, there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks coming out in next year's draft.
Tell 'em.
If it is a necessity for you to go out and get a quarterback because you have Joe Milton, you have Sam Howell as your backup.
When is the deadline to make the decision?
Well, I think it's June 1st. I think June 1st is
June,
the
they
deadline.
won't be in camp. That's going to be before camp.
Well, he's not coming in to start right now anyway. But you want to make sure that if this comes out June 1st and they get the supplemental, they'll be fine. He'll be fine. They're doing OTAs right now. They're just starting OTAs. June 1st is next week. So they have to make decisions. That's why him going to court to find out if he is going to be eligible is important because then he's got to fill out all the paperwork. I'm sure all the paperwork is filled out. He's just waiting to push send. But it's just this is a crazy case because it's so unique. And the other stuff that has happened with college basketball, those guys have already been found guilty, but they were after they were done. Like, this hasn't been, like, immediate information. Those other basketball players, some of them were already playing pro ball. Some of them was already sharing information with the NBA. I mean, there's so many wrong things that are happening, but the underworld is being exposed so much now because everybody has access. They know your IP location. They know what you're wagering on, whether it's you using somebody else's phone. It was a unique bet. And that's how people get caught. When you bet out of character, that's when it draws that to you.
I'm like you. 6-7 round pick max.
Yeah.
Outside of that, no thank you. The risk that I take is going to be so minimum that if I have to cut him, it's not going to hurt my pockets, and it's not going to affect my team. because there are guys that are going to be on that team that's going to be like, wow, y'all let him on? And I have issues?
Well, most of the guys in the NFL do have issues.
Yeah.
So his is on the gambling side. Theirs is driving fast and slapping people. So sometimes things ain't.
Please stop slapping people.
Yeah, things ain't the same, bro. Things are not the same.
Gosh.
Coming up next, you got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Your slowest spot this morning is going northbound on I-35, making that transition from 45 up to Ben White. Going to take an extra 15 to 20 minutes to make that drive this morning. Over on Mopac southbound, you're also stop and go from 183 over to 2222. And there's a wreck off the highway on Old Torf Street near 1st Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
And now a word from our sponsor, Bud Light. There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... what if we just got out of here and grabbed some Bud Lights? But man, we're on air for 4 more hours. They'll figure it out. Sounds good to me. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Stock up now. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, some rain this morning with sunshine for your Wednesday afternoon, a high of 85, a nighttime low in the upper 60s. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 92.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Save $100 off any plumbing, AC, or electrical repair, $1,000 or more. That's $100 off any repair. Schedule online today at abacusplumbing.com. Abacus, you can count on us. M20628.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
First people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but
tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
There you hear the beat, and you know what that means. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, the Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hardge.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me, but now that I'm hot, they all on me. Guys, man, the news hit yesterday. It was hard. Like a Mike Tyson blow. The Josh Jacobs, the Green Bay Packers running back, allegedly, well, it's not alleged that he was arrested. He was arrested on counts that he strangled and suffocated, and has charges of battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct. I mean, when he went off, he went completely off. And I'm wondering if Green Bay is going to be able to recover. They had way too many issues in the last 3 years. I mean, a positive was making the trade with Micah Parsons, and then it turned into something that wasn't positive when Micah Parsons went down with a torn ACL. Then you had Love, their quarterback. He goes down with a serious injury. They lose two of their wide receivers, which is good. They drafted Golden last year, so we're hoping that he makes the big upswing this year. They lose offensive linemen. They lose two defensive linemen, two of the three defensive linemen are on the Cowboys. Did Danhausen curse the Green Bay Packers? Because I don't know if I've seen this much torment go to a team in years. Their training camp is going to be really important this year. Their draft picks are going to have to hit. Free agency, now I'm sure that all the best running backs are off the board. Now they have to go to what's available right now because they're going to have to sign another back, maybe two. The Green Bay Packers are in a downward spiral. And my take is this is going to be the year that the Green Bay Packers may end up getting one of those top 5 picks. I think that they have way too many issues going on at the same time, and that the Green Bay Packers that we always know are going to be like the Cowboys, 8-8. You know, they're always even. I don't think that's the case this season. I look at the Green Bay Packers as being a team that they got bad juju, and they're going to end up being a bargain basement team. Hardge, what say you?
That is going to be interesting to me because I don't see them as a bargain basement team. I see them as a team that is still going to be in the mix. We talked about it. That NFC North is off the chain. When you look at what Detroit has been, you look at Green Bay, Chicago's gotten better. I mean, that whole division is putting themselves in.
Except for them. They lost so much in 1 year.
I still think they're going to be just fine. I still think they're a team that will be able to compete in that division. You talk about Minnesota as well. I think Green Bay is still going to be Green Bay. Love is going to be fine. I don't think it's a problem. You mentioned Matthew Golden and what he's going to be able to do, and there's a reason why they picked him in the first round, and there's a reason why they expect big things from him. Think about all the wide receivers that they've ever had. The first year, they're never really that good. It's the second and third year that they come out and they understand what it's like to be an NFL player. And as far as getting running backs, look, as we just mentioned, I can't believe you used that it hit you like Mike Tyson, and then you said domestic. I mean, the dude.
Well, I'm not a woman.
No, I'm talking about when you said it hit you like Mike Tyson.
Like the news just
okay.
Like
Mark,
you were not expecting.
Yeah, I got it.
To hear Jacobs be involved in something like that.
Yeah, but Mark, you're the only one that can say that on the show.
Yeah.
None of us want that smoke.
Yeah. But you look at this team, you look at Tucker Kraft at the tight end position. He's somebody. Jaden Reed has been really, really good. So
losing Wicks is important to their offense. Yeah. And now you use your number one wide receiver, you lose your number one running back, your quarterback is gimpy.
I'll take my chances.
You lose your offensive lineman, your right tackle.
I'll take my chances.
Two defensive. Well, I would say two defensive linemen in this cycle because they lost Clark the year before.
All right, so their over under. Their over under is set at 10.5. Their over under. They build those buildings for a reason. For them to put them at 10.5 victories.
That was before they lost this running back. Well, he's all pro.
That's not.
He's Pro Bowler.
Who's to say that he's gonna be gone?
Felony charges. These are not misdemeanors.
As I said, let's let it play out, and then we'll go from there. Because we've seen worse things happen, bro. And they figured out a way to get it done. The Cowboys are at 9.5. So do you think the Cowboys are a better team than Green Bay right now?
Yeah. Offensively, 100%. The defense is not proven. They made a lot of changes. I really do think that this defense will be a middle-of-the-road defense. They will not be a bargain basement defense. But this is going to be a bargain basement offense. You're in a division where you're going to have to score against Minnesota. They upgraded. You're going to have to score against Chicago. They upgraded. You're going to have to score against every team in that division. And they're going to come in dead last.
I'll take that bet.
All right.
I'll take that bet.
I like steak.
Yeah, me too.
And Italian food.
Well, we talked about steak, so we're good. When we come back, we're going to have a conversation. We'll hear from Joel Klatt as he talks about the expansion and where college football is without the guardrails. We have to put some guardrails on there. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Craig Way knows everybody.
Matt Brown is with us. I'll remember a couple of things. One, when you came in, when you had the double ice bags on your knees, when you had the knee replacement, and you looked at me one night and said, never do both at the same time.
Craig, I was running out on the field and trying to lead the team for the Ohio State game, and I just had a knee replacement, and I tripped. They had some carpet there. I tripped, and I thought my leg was going to come off.
Catch special guests like these and more by listening to The Craig Way Show on AM 1300 The Zone.
America's turning 250, and iHeartRadio is celebrating with $250,000 in cash. Starting Monday, listen for your chance to win $2,500 so you can take the ultimate American getaway. Take that road trip of all the Insta-worthy spots across the country, from bucket list to booked. Wow. Win your share of $250,000. Celebrating 250 years of America with iHeartRadio.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Your slowest spot this morning is going northbound on I-35, making that transition from 45 up to Ben White. Going to take an extra 15 to 20 minutes to make that drive this morning. Over on Mopac southbound, you're also stop and go from 183 over to 2222. And there's a wreck off the highway on Old Torf Street near 1st Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting saber-tooth zip ride or pan for gemstones. Take the wild cave tour or the hidden passages tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
In this edition of the Marketer's Report, Scott Hinchelwood, a director at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, talks about the power of live events.
We've been working with iHeart now going back to your beginning, and we have over 60 iHeart station partners out there telling our story, and it really helps drive that St. Jude mission home and share our patients and share our mission.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live events, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Livestrong supports the first responder ride from Boston to New York. Register at livestrong.org/ride.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. You know, and I know that college football and college athletics is getting a little bit out of control. Coach talks about it all the time. Says, hey, you either adapt or you die. And it seems like a lot of people are adapting to the new way of college athletics. But adjusting to the new way doesn't mean that everything is glorious and everyone is happy with the changes that are happening in college athletics, and in particular college football, because college football, we already know that's the front step to a lot of universities, and you know, a lot of people pick schools based on how good the football team is, believe it or not. I know that that's not in the world that a lot of people live in, but athletics plays a major, major role. But I want you to hear what Joel Klatt has to say. And Joel Klatt covers college football, one heck of a announcer, an analyst. He does a really good job of breaking stuff down. And so I thought it would be important to hear from one, Joel Klatt.
We've heard so many people, including myself, talk about the current era of college football as unsustainable. Paying players what we're paying them. These rosters, many of them north of 25, some of them north of 30, some of them into the $40 million range. Now, we know that rev share is right around $20 million, and that's kind of a floor. That's a minimum. These coaches say, no, rev share is zero. The rosters are whatever you're spending over the rev share. You can't go out there and raise 10, 15, 20 million dollars from boosters annually. See, it used to be in the old system, you could get that money, but it was on a once every 10-year basis, once every 5-year basis. Now you're asking for those every single year. Some of the coaches, if not the majority, started to talk to me about, hey, we talk about this unsustainability. That's coming faster than you think. And they feel like without guardrails put into place and without the ability to give multi-year contracts, or without the ability to limit some of the movement, not all, but some of the movement of these players, so that every single player is not a free agent every single year, that unsustainability is going to come to a head maybe as soon as December. And so this next transfer portal window could be very interesting if we don't get some model that everyone agrees upon.
Got to find a model that everybody agrees upon. That is,
you can't even get everybody to agree on what kind of tacos you want. It's hard to be able to get everybody to agree on one independent system that works for everybody. And the haves and the have-nots, there's a vast difference. And the haves, which we saw the list, Texas was on it. Oklahoma was on it. Well, Tennessee was on it. What about the teams that don't have? You're gonna apply the same rules and tell them, hey, well, y'all come up with 25 million, because they're gonna be using 25 million or 22 or whatever it is. Now, should they make it even? Probably should, but that's not the reality. And we all know it. Why not just make a super conference? Put the teams that have all in one conference and let them go for a free fall. Like Kirby Smart said.
It can happen.
Put those teams on that list. I don't care what SEC, the Sun Belt, whatever. Like put them up. Look, if you can afford $20 million a year, you're in the conference. Okay, end of story. Everybody go at it, because it's going to be unfair for South Carolina to come into that SEC fray with those top top 5 teams. They all going to have top 6.
Well, the thing about it is the haves and the have-nots have always been a part of college athletics. It's just the way that it's been. I mean, you remember back in SMU's days, SMU has.
They have.
And they continue to have. And so they're not considered a have-not, but they're not playing on that level. They're not, from what I've been told, SMU could be on a whole nother level if they choose to be.
They're better than Indiana, right?
I'm talking about financially. You can go and get the players that you
I
want.
know.
Yeah.
They're better than Indiana. Then
For
they
sure.
can beat, they can win.
For sure. But it also has a lot to do with the coaching as well. You got to be able to put this thing together and coach it. And I think that is where Coach Sark is right now. I think Coach Sark is at the point where he knows I'm about to show out quickly, and I have to be ready to go, and I've got the pieces to be able to do so. So, to me, we can continue to talk about the playoffs. We can continue to talk about the money, the crazy zaniness that is going on in college athletics. It's going to continue to be there until somehow, some way, they put a governing body in place to settle everything down. And I don't know if the NCAA wants that because of what you heard. He said every time we start talking about stuff, people talk about we can't do that because we don't want to get sued. We can't do that because we don't want litigation. We can't do that because of this, that, and the other. And I mean, that is the way people are doing things anyway. Look at what happens to Sorsby. Sorsby's been told, you can't come back. So now they're suing the NCAA to fight for his eligibility. So the NCAA is now having to deal with that. So it's a lot that is happening in this sport. There's a lot that is happening too, because we can go back and we'll talk about this tomorrow with Sean Miller. What Sean Miller's been able to do in the recruiting cycle of going and getting guys in the transfer portal and trying to implement them in with the recruiting class that he has. It's huge, man. It's a big, big move for everybody that is involved. So it's a different look all the way around.
Yeah, I would like to say I have the answer, but I don't. The only thing that I can see is putting the people that can compete at that level in a division together and let them just go for a free fall, like just a battle royale. But everybody else, good luck to you. You're gonna be put in. You can stay in your conference and see what you can do, but I believe in putting all the super people together.
Well, if they can do that, then it changes the whole dynamic of it all, which is why I think a lot of teams want to expand it, tear up the contracts, and possibly create their own way of life. But you still need a governing body to make sure that it's people try to play by the rules. I'm not opposed. You got to have people in control or else they'll be out of control. I want to thank our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. I want to thank Mark Henry, and I want to thank Marcus as always. Make sure you stay locked in all day long. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll have Eric Henry of Horns 247 joining us. And we'll have Coach Jim Schlossnagle for his weekly conversation starting at 8 a.m. And just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Mark Henry here. I've told you about the food and beverages at the Rowdy Cowboy, but what about those